Good morning and welcome to today's webcast, AI-Infused Enterprise Resource Planning. Before we begin, I'm going to play a brief housekeeping video.
Welcome, and thank you for viewing our webcast series. Before we begin, please keep the following in mind. You can customize how you view our presentation and interact with the presenter. For better viewing, close all other applications and turn up your speaker volume. You can adjust window size and placement or enter full screen mode using the controls at the top right of the window or dragging the bottom right-hand corner to resize. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a series of icons that relate to a different aspect of our session. You can download a PDF of today's slides from the Slide Deck and Handouts widget. You can ask questions by typing in the Q&A window and clicking Submit. We'll do our best to answer all questions or follow up via email. If you experience technical difficulty, refresh your browser by hitting the F5 key. This presentation is not legal, investment, or accounting advice. We encourage you to seek the counsel of a professional service provider to apply this content to your specific circumstances.
All right, with that, I am pleased to introduce today's presenter, Labi Rabiu, partner at Moss Adams. Labi has been working in strategy, selection, and implementation of enterprise systems across multiple industries since 1997. He is a certified consultant with strong expertise in diverse ERP implementations and has an accomplished record of managing business process automation projects. And with that, I will turn it over to Labi to get us started.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to our presentation today. Cloud-based enterprise resource planning systems are undergoing a major transformation as more AI is being integrated into these core business platforms. And that's already shaping how businesses operate, empowering them to work better, smarter, and faster. So that convergence of ERP and AI is particularly powerful for tech companies. And by tech companies here, I'm referring to the hardware manufacturers, the software developers, the cloud storage providers, those software as a service companies, and others who grapple with a wide range of accounting and financial management issues in the tech sector. By adopting AI-infused cloud ERP solutions, these companies can leverage tools that help them make better data-driven decisions, streamline their operations, and spend more time innovating and serving their customers. So for our presentation today, we will discuss the main business process challenges facing the tech companies. We'll explore the rapid expansion of AI in cloud ERP systems. We'll share some stats that show the benefit of using AI in cloud ERP systems. And using NetSuite as an example, we will share some information on how companies can effectively leverage this powerful AI to transform their business processes. And we'll wrap it up by discussing how companies are using generative AI, the next frontier in AI, in ERP systems. And we'll use NetSuite as an example of that as well. The tech industry is not monolithic by any means. Companies operating in it face numerous common challenges around business process management. And that's because as the companies innovate products and services for their customers, behind the scenes, they're dealing with a myriad of challenges. And we've identified a few here. Revenue forecasts and complex billing requirements are common challenges. Inventory, supply chain, and production planning, contract and procurement processes, project management challenges like resource allocation, time and expense tracking, and costing. Manual and inefficient financial close processes are quite common. We see a lack of global consolidated reporting, meaningful executive dashboards, and KPIs. Sometimes we do encounter weak system security and financial controls. And also poor integration between systems, maybe proprietary system, point system, or third-party software systems. So just to touch on some of these core challenges, let's take the first example on our list, revenue management. Revenue management is a particularly thorny point for tech companies who are growing their customer bases, expanding geographically, introducing new products to the market, or taking on outside investors or going public. The software as a service company that sells many different types of subscriptions to a vast customer base cannot use QuickBooks to gain intelligence on customer behavior. And that makes revenue planning and forecasting very difficult. They also need to manage complex rule-based billing and AICPA accounting standards like ASC 606 revenue recognition rules. Similarly, if you take the second example here, inventories, supply chain and production planning, we see product-based companies in the tech sector finding it very hard to automate inventory planning and forecasting to meet customer demands, and also finding challenges around production scheduling with their systems. Inventory planners need to be nimble enough to adjust to sudden surge in demand so they can eliminate supply chain bottlenecks and deliver orders on time. And that often requires them to engage with customers via multiple channels, like a web store, a mobile device, a brick and mortar store, so they can analyze data gleaned from personalized experiences. That kind of data can be invaluable in providing trends that feed the supply chain planning process. In many cases, however, tech companies lack the ability to collect and massage this kind of data within basic or older legacy systems. Tech companies are similarly dogged with challenges around contract procurement process, the third item here on our list. Legacy ERP systems don't address all the steps from contract onboarding to vendor payment. And that makes procurement management another pain point for them. Most systems pick up things at the post-contract execution phase when a purchase order is created. So that means a company must fill the gaps between their systems and manual processes in order to gain a full view of contract performance, which they generally can't do. Similar challenges exist in managing the full scope of the buying process, from purchase requisitioning to PO approval, vendor bill matching, and paying the vendor. Businesses are often handicapped in automating this process area because of their basic accounting or legacy systems. And so we could go on and on discussing the other examples on our list here, but suffice to say that tackling these daily issues takes nimble, sophisticated systems that eliminate manual processes and redundancies and provide real-time information for good decision-making. The problem is, and this is common in many industry sectors, the tech field in particular still relies very heavily on Excel spreadsheets, disparate systems, legacy enterprise software. And even some of the emerging companies continue to use basic QuickBooks accounting software that was put in place during their initial startup phase. Before we go on to discuss how companies can use ERP systems with strong AI features to solve these business challenges, let's quickly trace the expanding role of AI in the evolution of cloud ERP systems. ERP systems have evolved tremendously from their roots in the manufacturing industry in the 60s to the powerhouse tools that they are today. In the 60s, the manufacturing industry built material requirement planning systems to better manage inventory. And that kicked off the technology cascade to the modern day ERP system. By the 70s and 80s, MRPs continued to get more sophisticated with scheduling and production processes embedded in them. And by that time, they became known as MRP2, or Manufacturing Resource Planning System. And in 1990, Gartner coined the term ERP, and functions such as finance, accounting, and sales were then introduced on one platform. But in 1998, we had a game changer when NetSuite came into the marketplace with the first cloud ERP system. And with that, automated processes, improved data accuracy, greater efficiency that larger corporations historically enjoyed were suddenly made available to small and mid-sized companies, and also made more affordable to them. By the 2000s, internet-enabled systems called ERP2 were introduced. And by then, functions now included customer relationship management, business intelligence, e-commerce, supply chain management, and human capital management. In the 2010s, ERP functionality further evolved to process data in real time and leverage machine learning. And that's when we actually started seeing vendors introduce machine learning into their systems. Analytics for features such as production planning and scheduling were built in. We started seeing sophisticated modeling techniques, predictive analytics, multiple what-if scenarios in financial planning and forecasting. And at the same time, ERP systems started rolling out AI-enabled functionality to customers. And so that trend has continued on a very fast trajectory since the 2010s, although it did have its infancy, as I noted, in the ERP systems introduced prior. By 2020s, we're now talking about generative AI, which provides another giant leap forward with ERP functionality. What is unique about generative AI introduction into ERP system is that it allows large sets of data to be analyzed by machine learning algorithms to make decisions about things like inventory management, resource allocation, and also allow organizations to learn and adjust as the business evolves, and thereby increasing their ability to be agile. And now we're seeing ERP systems getting data input from Internet of Things, talking about devices like sensors, cameras, tracking systems, and scanners. So moving on from that brief overview of the evolution of AI in ERP systems, let's look at some available data on the benefits of using AI in ERP systems. By continually incorporating advanced technologies like AI into their software suites, cloud ERP vendors help tech companies overcome many business hurdles, operate more efficiently, and reach their goals faster. And don't take my word for that. That's according to IDC's 2022 Industry AI Path Survey. The survey found that organizations have realized significant benefits as a result of using AI. 29.5% reported improved business agility. 20.3% reported increased business resilience. Another 27.4% reported improved risk management. We see 27.1% saying it helped drive top-line revenue growth. And 26.7% said it increased competitiveness, market share gains, and margins. And as for what the future brings, we're now talking about the benefits from deep learning and mimicking human decision-making capability. And that appears to be the next frontier in the evolution of ERP systems. And in the next slide, we'll share some specific examples of how an ERP system is leveraging AI and leading the charge in the drive for innovation with the infusion of AI in ERP systems. Leading the charge in this drive for innovation is Oracle NetSuite. As a true cloud ERP system that incorporates the sophistication of machine learning, tech companies can take advantage of a wide range of pre-built automation tools in NetSuite that handle everything from global consolidated reporting to KPI tracking to executive dashboard that support good decision making. We have real-time global analytics throughout the system to support a tech company's financial close and operational processes, allow leadership to make informed business decisions to shifts in their business. And in addition, there are deep insight built in with predictive analytics to learn and adapt business rules to enhance growth and provide a competitive advantage in an ever-evolving economic market. And NetSuite does this with a foundation of features grouped into AI assistants, AI advisors, and AI platform. And building on this, NetSuite has further introduced the next frontier in deep learning and mimicking human decision-making capability into their ERP system. So let's now go into details of some of these features, starting with AI assistants. NetSuite uses AI assistants to handle repetitive tasks based on business rules and best practices. And some examples of this include automated data entry, transaction matching, financial analysis, inventory management, and intercompany reconciliations. And all these help companies save time and adhere to policies and processes, increase their accuracy and reduce errors and ensure compliance. For example, NetSuite has Bill Capture, which uses AI-based document object detection and data classification powered by their Oracle Cloud infrastructure to bring invoice data into the system and do so faster with fewer errors. Invoices are scanned and AI-based object detection and optical character recognition automatically extract needed information to populate the invoice record in the system. The system then matches the invoice with associated purchase orders and receiving documents in order to validate that pricing, quantities, and the totals are all correct. With advisors, we see NetSuite using AI-driven data analysis to identify trends, make more accurate predictions, and respond to a broad range of questions and improve forecasting and planning. Companies benefit from unique insights and decision-making support that can leverage data to help uncover trends and spark ideas. For example, NetSuite planning and budgeting uses AI-based analysis to put large data sets in context and improve revenue forecast. The platform is also enhancing human-like interactions by the integration of machine learning language, natural language processing, and large language models. I will talk some more about that when we address a unique example in NetSuite Text Enhancer. And finally, with its unified platform, NetSuite uses AI to simplify processes and provide a single centralized data source. And in return, companies get improved data aggregation, workflow automation, and automation around operational processes. NetSuite data centers use AI anomaly detection capabilities, and they do so by continually scanning live traffic to spot warning signals, identify issues, fix problems before they become serious challenges to the business. One notable example of this is NetSuite Supply Chain Control Tower, which uses AI to predict potential supply chain issues, and then alert the supply chain planners and buyers, and even go beyond that to offer solutions to the specific issues that it alerted them to. And NetSuite doesn't stop there. Building on that foundation, NetSuite continues to innovate and explore the next frontier, which is generative AI. That's what everyone is talking about today. In 2023, NetSuite introduced a host of new generative AI-powered capabilities to help companies reach their goals faster and more efficiently. And the most unique of this is NetSuite Text Enhance, which is supported by Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Generative AI Service, and it's embedded across the suite. NetSuite Text Enhance helps users leverage company-specific relevant data from across NetSuite to create and refine content. And that content is at once contextual and personalized. Content like that allow employees to assess and revise the first draft of documents, and by so doing, speed up their work. Companies can streamline processes and automate the generation of context-sensitive content across all areas of the business and enable productivity even further. NetSuite's Text Enhance features can assist finance and accounting teams in expediting collections, closing the books more quickly, and freeing up time for more strategic and fulfilling tasks by reducing the amount of time spent doing time-consuming writing tasks. And we could share some examples of use cases that we've seen with NetSuite Text Enhance. Examples include creation of personalized and targeted collection letters, generating summaries and narratives for financial reports. And there are other use cases not noted here, like the creation of product descriptions for invoices, websites, and point-of-sale systems. You could use Text Enhance to write job descriptions and requisitions, or draft employee goals and suggest measures for success, or even crafting your customer support communications and ensure consistent interaction across the board with customers. Now, with these Text Enhance features and other related generative AI features, we often hear concerns around accuracy and security, and I want to address that here. And it's true that tech companies need to apply AI to their enterprise use cases, but at the same time, they need to be reassured that the data they are getting from their systems are both accurate and comprehensive. And if they have models, those models are reliable and at the same time secure. NetSuite addresses this by putting all application data in one place, which means the data that the customer uses for AI is more likely to be up to date. It's more likely to be accurate and accessible and represent all phases of the business. And on the security front, the generative AI services offered by NetSuite OCI, that's Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, ensure end-to-end security and prioritize the privacy and security of customers' enterprise data. Both pre-built and custom models are hosted on NetSuite OCI platform. And Oracle's generative AI service ensures that no customer data is shared with large language model known as LLM providers, or that data is not seen by other customers or third parties. Furthermore, only the individual customer whose data trained the custom model is allowed to see them or even use them. And beyond that, NetSuite workflows have role-based security embedded to safeguard sensitive customer information and only recommend content that individual users are authorized to view. So that allays concerns we often hear in some quarters about generative AI reliability and security. But to conclude here, I would say the tech sector is well known for its relentless innovation and breakneck speed of operation. You know, we're talking about fast evolution, dynamic changes in the marketplace. And that means even the most agile organizations face significant challenges in that kind of evolving landscape. We see competitive pressures, new regulatory burdens, shifting customer demands, and skilled workers shortage all interfere with a tech company's success. In a dynamic environment, any edge or advantage therefore means that companies can have higher efficiencies and more customers and bigger profits and better business longevity. So tech companies, by their very nature, understand the power of technology, but yet we see many of them continue to cruise along using the same basic solutions, the same Excel spreadsheets and manual processes that put them at a disadvantage from competing and dealing with some of these pressures. And with new regulations and compliance requirements, and as new business opportunities emerge, these companies, when they use disparate systems, often realize that it turns into liabilities for them. So it is highly recommended that tech companies acknowledge these hurdles and implement innovative AI-infused solutions like we are discussing today. And this is not just limited to NetSuite. There are lots of systems out there that offers many of the AI benefits that we've counted. But we just use NetSuite as an example because it is the market leader in that category and is the one that we see that tech companies continue to thrive on and embrace the dynamic nature of their marketplace. And with that, we've come to the conclusion of our presentation today, and thank you all for joining.
All right. Thank you, Labi, for a great presentation today. For those of you that submitted questions, we'll be doing our best to follow up with you after the webcast. And here is a link to an online survey where you can provide feedback for today's presentation. Please take a moment to complete this survey as your feedback is very important to us. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll join us again next time.
Thank you.